Welcome to the Dulux How to Design series. In this guide, we're looking at horizontal and vertical stripes and the best way to paint them to get the effect you're after. Horizontal or vertical stripes can add definition to a plain room. To liven things up, use different effects together such as Dulux Design Metallic, Design Silk and Design Pearl, or you can stick to the same effect and vary the colour or shade. It's much more cost effective than wallpaper and can be easily changed by painting over the whole wall or by simply updating the colour of one stripe. Before commencing work, you'll need to follow the advice given in the pre-preparation and preparation how-to guides that are also posted on this website. Before we start, let's look at the tools you'll need to get the job done. To help you work out the thickness of the stripes and to rule straight lines, you'll need some sort of straight edge. You'll also need some blue tack, coloured paper, a HB pencil, an eraser, a calculator, measuring tape and a spirit level or plumb bob. And of course you'll need your paint. We've chosen Dulux Design Pearl, Gardinia Frost and Dulux Design Silk Fresh Frappe. You'll need quality masking tape like Scotch Blue painter's tape for delicate surfaces from 3M. Cheaper tape can allow paint to bleed so you won't get a true, sharp line. You'll also need a good drop sheet, a container and some quality Sally's Spirit brushes. Depending on the width of the stripes, a small roller or pad applicator may be a handy piece of equipment. Now, let's start looking at our stripes. Make sure you plan your design while the room is still furnished, as it will affect your perception of how wide and where the stripes need to be. If you're having trouble visualising, get some coloured pieces of paper and stick them to the wall where the stripes will be. Use differing widths to see which one you think works best. The easiest way to start is to paint the entire wall with one of the stripe colours. Normally the lightest colour is best, however we've used the darker colour as we're going to use an effect paint, Dulux Design Pearl, as our second stripe. Dulux Design Pearl imparts a beautiful pearly sheen and looks great when combined with Dulux Design Silk. If you're not sure how to paint the wall, watch our video, How to Paint a Feature Wall with Dulux Design Silk, first. Let the paint dry for 24 hours. Once that is complete, it's time to go back to the stripes. Using the tape that is masking the trim, measure and mark the stripe widths on the tape. Then grab your straight edge and spirit level. This might be the same thing. It's handy to start in the middle of the wall and work to the outside if you want the wall to look symmetrical. With your straight edge, line up where you want the edge of one stripe to go. Use your spirit level to keep it level. Then, use your pencil and rule your guide line. Repeat this process for all the edges of your stripes. Alternatively, you can use a plumb bob and pencil to mark the top and bottom of the wall, then rule through these lines with a pencil and your straight edge. Next, apply your masking tape to the stripes in preparation to paint your first colour. Use Scotch Blue painter's tape for delicate surfaces from 3M. Remember, don't tape over your lines. You need to put the tape on the left-hand side of the line for the left side of the stripe and on the right side of the line for the right side of the stripe. You need to paint over the lines. It sounds obvious, but when you've been preparing a wall all morning, it's an easy mistake to make if you're not concentrating. Make sure you mask out all the stripes for the one colour before painting. Press down the edge of the tape to prevent seepage with a putty knife. Before painting, it is vital that you mix the paint thoroughly with a flat blade stirrer about the size of a ruler. When that's done, grab your brush and possibly roller and fill in between the bits of masking tape. Once the first coat is dry, add a second coat. Use a roller or a brush depending on the type of effect paint used. When the final coat is touch dry, carefully peel off the masking tape at a 45-degree angle, as there is less chance of pulling the paint off at this angle. If there are any bleeds from underneath where you have masked, patch them up as you go with a small paintbrush. And once you're done, cleaning up is easy with water for your brushes. And don't forget, you can turn your leftover paint into hard waste that you can throw out with your weekly collection with Dulux Enviro Solution Waste Paint Hardener. You can see how the boldness of stripes can really impact the look and feel of the whole room.